Did I scare you? Probably not. Welcome to Running in Glass Sneakers. I'm Mickey, and I wanted to share with you a couple of tips and some information to hopefully help you out when you go to your runDisney race. I know Wine and Dine is just a few days away, and you're getting super excited. What you want to do is make sure you have your waiver and your check-in pass. That is new for this the start back of the races. You will also want to make sure you have your photo ID. Trust me, when you go to get your bib, if you do not have a photo ID, they will not give you your bib, okay? So make sure you have that waiver, check-in pass, and your photo ID. All right, so when you get ready to go to the expo, if you're staying at one of the if you're staying at one of the Disney resorts, go up to the front lobby and there will be a sandwich board and it tells you the location of where you can pick up the buses to go to the expo or to your race. It'll also list the times there. Typically, what's been done in the past is that all those locations will be at the front entrance. So where we would see Magical Express buses, that's typically where you're gonna find the bus to go to the expo and the race. All right, so you're going to the expo, you get there. There are 3 buildings that you want to pay attention to. You have the Advent Arena. This is where you get your runDisney merchandise as well as your race theme merchandise and your commemorative items. So if you purchase commemorative items when you were booking your race, that's where you're gonna get those items. Pretty easy. What I have done is I will have printed out all my confirmation emails for not only the race, but also for all my merchandise. That way, if something happens, if something glitches, you've got that proof and you don't have to worry about technology messing with your phone. So keep that in mind. The next thing is that after you purchase that merchandise, which I can't wait to see what all of it looks like, you'll head up to go get your bibs. Now, if you don't care about that specific merchandise, you can head right on in and go get your bib. In the HP Center, you will head on in there and you will have your waiver and you'll head up to the booth that has your specific race. If you are doing a challenge, you will go to that specific booth. If you are also doing the 5K, then you'll also hit that 5K booth. Pretty simple and straightforward and laid out for you. After you pick up your bib, also know that with challenge bibs, they will typically take your picture after you've picked up your bibs. So they'll have you step to the side and a cast member will take your photo. This happened with us for when we did Princess in 2020 and when we've done Dopey. And it's just a way for them to check to see that, yep, everything matches, so you get all your challenge medals in the end. After you've picked up your bib, you're gonna head on over to the Visa Center. On the way to the Visa Center, you're also gonna go past a beer cart, and whenever you see those plastic runDisney glasses that everybody has, at that little beer cart is where you'll find them. I did purchase one without the beer, probably could have saved that and said, hey, give this beer to a friend of mine. Oh well, lesson learned, right? And that's where those glasses are at that beer cart. After you take care of that, you can head on into the expo. Oh, you probably can't do that with the beer. Anyways, you'll head into the expo, and in that expo is where you're gonna get your gear bag with your shirts. I highly recommend that once you get your shirts that you try them on. The odds that you can replace them are, you might get lucky. It just depends on if they have the availability for extra shirts. Now, just so that you know, when you purchase a package like the challenge, when you purchase that one and you signed up for, let's say, a women's medium, and you want to swap out for a women's large, they're gonna take both shirts, or all 3 shirts. Yep, 10, half, and the challenge shirt. They're gonna take all 3 shirts and replace them, just so that you're aware. Best thing to do is, we always do it when we go there, is go off to the side, try on your shirts, just put them right over your other clothing, and you'll be good to go, just to make sure that they fit. It gives you an opportunity, and I'd hate for you to end up back at your resort and find out, oh, they don't fit, and then you might not have the opportunity to swap them out the next day. All right, so after you've gotten your bib, and now you've got your shirts, and you go and your gear bag. You're gonna go have some shopping fun and walk around the expo. There will be a lot of vendors there. Enjoy, take your time, and just soak it all in. There's gonna be a ton of energy. Also, side note is that typically there is a like a runDisney booth there, so there might be a little bit more merchandise at that location in the Visa Center. Upon leaving the expo, you're gonna head on back and then get ready for your race. You might be wondering where to eat. So a really quick tip for you is if you didn't get a chance to make an ADR, so an advanced dining reservation, what I suggest is that you go onto your My Disney experience on your phone, and when you open it up, at the very bottom, you'll hit the plus sign and it'll bring up a bunch of options. And select the option that says order food. So when you go to that, it's gonna give you a list of all the locations that you can go that mobile order. You can hit any of the parks if you have reservation and you're going to the park and so forth, a park reservation. Or if you scroll on down, you'll start to find that it goes like Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Pretty soon it'll hit Disney Springs. So any location within Disney Springs that has mobile order, you can do that. But here's the pro tip for you. When you're scrolling through, you can see Disney Boardwalk, and I always get this wrong. Trattoria Al Forno? I'm so sorry, that totally butchered it. But they have a to-go, so you can actually mobile order from that location. Ale and Compass at Yacht Club also has a mobile to-go. And I know Three Bridges at Coronado, they also do. So if you scroll through, you will actually find a few full-service restaurants that are serving delicious food. You can mobile order it and to-go. And what's really fun is that you can do that, and then you can find a little picnic spot and have a nice little picnic and eat your food. Or if you wanted to, if you're on the Skyliner, you could take it back to your hotel and eat it there. So that's kind of a nice little tip, and to be able to go around and select a spot that is full service, but you don't necessarily have to have a reservation. All right. So now you are back in your room. You are going to set a bajillion alarms to make sure you get up in the morning. And the one that I really like to do, and I actually will set 2 of these, is I will use the resort system and call and make, it's all digital, and you set an alarm. So let's say I want to be up at 2:30 because I want to get on the bus by 3. Who am I kidding? I need more than 30 minutes for that. But I can then put in that time, and then at 2:30 in the morning, Mickey Mouse is going to call me and wake me up. And that's the other thing I wanted to let you know. When it comes to sleep, the night before a race, we are all super excited, and we're just excited, anxious, and we'll wake up a lot. Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Just find a way just to settle down your brain and just relax. And the big thing is to not to worry. It's the sleep that you got the night before and several nights prior that are helping you out for that day. And if that's for the 5K, the 10K, it's gonna be probably the same. By the time you get to half marathon today, you're totally zonked. You're like, I'm old hat at this. I got it, we're good. So remember to set those alarms. After you've set your alarms, start getting ready for the race for the next day. So lay out your flat runner so you have all your gear ready for you, no matter what. And then don't forget to include any snacks that you might want to take with you onto the bus and while you're waiting in the corral. You're gonna be there for a couple hours probably, and you might need to have a little snack, some water, and so forth. So make sure you've got that taken care of. All right, so now you've done that, you've set out flat runner. Let me check, and yes, I have to check my list here. I'm a list maker, which is a good thing. It's good for packing lists too. All right, so your alarm wakes you up, you get ready. Make sure to head to the buses early. This is just gonna help you. The traffic as each day progresses gets busier and busier, and there's just more of it. And by getting up early and heading to those buses early just helps with, you know, a little bit of that anxiousness as you're getting ready to head to the corrals. So you get to the corrals and now you're waiting. They will have entertainment there. This year it sounds like it's a little bit different in regards to the entertainment. Usually they'll have photo ops and DJs and so forth. Doesn't sound like that might be the case as you start the race, but after the race, it does sound like there will be some of those photo ops. They will have some vendors there. You can see that on the course maps when you go to your event guide for the maps. And you can see that there is some food and beverage. So just remember, you know you do you. All right, next. Oh, I got just 2 more items for you. I gotta flip my list here. Okay, all right, the course. So when you're on course, there are areas that are dark. And it's not dark like when you're running at home training where you need lights. It's just dark because there's a little bit of ambient light or there's like entertainment light. So there might be areas that it does get dark and it's harder to see. Just be prepared and be aware of your surroundings. An example would be during the 5K, when you get close to the end and you are near the land, it does get pretty dark in that area, so just be aware of your surroundings. Last item that I have is race etiquette. Oh, shall we see Oliver? Hi, Oliver. Oliver, you want to visit again? And again, it's does not like the ceiling fan. I don't even know why I try. Hello. Okay. All right. Race etiquette. Race etiquette is something that we all are aware of. We just want to be respectful of the runners around us. And I have a short little video that I did a couple of years ago with my daughter who helped me out. So I'm going to insert it here.
Hi, I'm Mickey. I'm here for your race day etiquette. Tip number 1, line up according to your pace. If you're a faster runner, get up in the front. If you're a slower runner, head on back to the back. If you're a middle runner, head to the middle. Look for the pace boxes, the pace markers to help you find out where that location is. Race day tip number 2, throwaways. When you're ready to get rid of that throwaway, that sweatshirt or whatever, go ahead and toss it to the side. Make sure that you don't hit anybody. Better yet, make sure you take it and drop it off at the nearest water stop or mile marker. Race day tip number 3, interval runners and when slowing to walk. Make sure when you're getting ready to hear that little beep or that person saying walk in your ear that you move to the side of the road. Doesn't matter which side, move to the side of the road, be aware of the runners behind you. That way, and signal with an arm, don't punch anybody, with an arm, that you are about to slow down or something is going to happen. You are now alerting that runner.
Number 4.
Tip number 4, passing. Make sure to alert the runner in front of you that you are either passing on the right or passing on the left. Passing on the right. Tip number 5, water stops. When coming up to the water stop, make some eye contact with that volunteer. They will let you know where that water and that Gatorade is. When you get your Gatorade or water, then proceed outside of that lane to get your water. Drink. Refreshing. Nice little tip, pinch the cup. So when you're running, it's not going up your nose. And remember, don't toss the remaining water in your cup. And please throw trash in their proper receptacles. And lastly, Make sure to pay attention surroundings. Yeah, just make sure you're paying attention. And last but not least, make sure to thank your lovely volunteers.
I love you.
Okay, that's it. Have a great time. Enjoy. Remember your waiver, your check-in pass, and your photo ID. They do say they're doing it digital, but just to help yourself out, I would definitely print it and take it with you. You never know with technology. If you can, print it out. And again, print your confirmations of your race as well as your commemorative merchandise that you already pre-purchased. Pre-purchase commemorative, yeah, okay. And don't forget those alarms. Oh, and this is a big one for if you're doing wine and dine. Wine and dine is falling on daylight savings time. So Saturday night, we are falling back, so we gain an hour on Sunday morning. So keep that in mind. Don't forget the time change. All right, that should do it for you. Have a great time. Have lots of fun. Remember to relax. And as Cinderella always says, have courage and be kind. What I would like to remind you is be patient and be kind. Bye. Have a great race.